Tyson Fury is the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world after stopping Deontay Wilder in the 7th round. The scintillating and definitive performance capped one of the most remarkable comeback stories in sport history. By the time the fighters made their public appearance in Vegas, anticipation for the fight was insane. Equally mad was Fury's prediction for the result.
Are you still sticking by second round knockout?
100%. Second round. 2 rounds.
The final press conference before the fight featured some of the usual pre-fight antagonism, this time highlighted by a debate over who made whose career.
Don't ever forget, when I found you was strung out on coke. When I found you was like a big house, contemplating about killing yourself. So don't you ever forget who brought you to big time boxing. I drugged you back. I brought you back. I provided food and put food on your table for your family to eat. And I'm doing it for the second time. So don't you ever forget that.
Very nice person, D. You know, you owe me everything. I brought you to this level. Welcome to big time boxing.
When Wilder finally made a fight prediction, he reiterated his intention to put Fury down for good this time.
The only thing I believe that Fury have said that he's the type of man you definitely got to nail him down to the ground. And like I said, I brought my 6-inch nails and a big-ass hammer from Alabama. And I'm ready to go well away, baby. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Both fighters weighed in massive. Fury tipped the scales at 273 pounds, only 3 pounds lighter than his heaviest fight weight. This was despite looking leaner than usual. Wilder hit 231 pounds, 18 pounds heavier than their last fight, but just as ripped as ever. From the opening bell, Fury was aggressive, putting Wilder on the back foot. Wilder survived Fury's second round prediction, but hit the canvas in the 3rd and 5th. Fury didn't let up for a second, and Wilder's corner threw in the towel in the 7th.
I said what I was going to do, run across the ring to him, put him on the back foot, and unload big shots on him. And I know at 6'9" and 270 pounds, if I hit anybody, I'm not going to spark out. I've never been the type of boxer to sit down on my punches and let fly. I've always been a slick master boxer. Jab, move, get out the way of everything. We did everything that I did in the ring tonight. We practiced in the gym, setting up off the jab and landing the detonation right hand.
Fury's approach can be traced back to his new trainer, Kronk Gym's Sugar Hill Steward. The relationship is fresh, but Fury is excited to learn more about Kronk Gym's famously aggressive style.
I've only just started me in Sugar Hill with this style. We've had 7 weeks to perfect a style that takes years at the Kronk Gym in and out. But I'm a quick learner and I aim to get back to work straight away, work on my balance, work on my straight punches, and we're going to be putting people to sleep left, right and centre.
Wilder was receiving treatment for a bleeding ear and didn't make the post-fight media. But Fury was happy to entertain the idea of a rematch.
Deontay will need time to recover from the fight, but I'm almost sure that he'll take a rematch because he's dynamite puncher, and at any time he can take somebody out, and with that danger, then you're always in a fight. So I'm pretty sure we'll do it again. We're running back again if he wants to, but if he doesn't want to, then these are me promoters, and you know, whatever they want to do, I'm happy with. Whoever's next will get the same treatment, that's for sure.
The next day, Wilder said he intended to trigger the rematch clause. He also came out with an interesting excuse for the loss, blaming the weight of his elaborate walkout costume for wearing his legs out. He didn't hurt me at all, but the simple fact is my uniform was way too heavy for me, Fury told Yahoo Sports. I knew I didn't have the legs because of my uniform. The fight fans are most interested in, however, would be with Anthony Joshua for undisputed status. AJ's promoter, Eddie Hearn, jumped on Ariel Helwani's MMA show as soon as he could to talk up the fight's prospects. We want the Tyson Fury fight next, Hearn claimed to Ariel. AJ called me yesterday and said, how do we make this fight happen? The IBF have named Kubrat Pulev as Joshua's next mandatory. But with so much money at stake, anything is possible. And Dan Hooker toughed his way through a 5-round war with Paul Felder to take a split decision in the main event of UFC Fight Night 168 in Auckland, New Zealand. Regardless of the result, the true winners were the fans. Hooker managed to cause some serious damage to Felder's right eye in the first, and it was almost closed for the rest of the fight. Despite being half blind, the Irish Dragon came back hard, clearly taking round 4 and making round 5 a 50-50. Both men were utterly spent afterwards. An emotional and battered Felder announced that the fight could well be his last, but the narrow decision didn't detract from the respect between the two warriors. And in bizarre news, Henry Cejudo has booked his next bantamweight defense against Jose Aldo. That's right, the same Jose Aldo who has fought once and lost in the bantamweight division. The UFC seems to be copying boxing's homework again. Felder and Hooker's exercise in mutually assured destruction was clear fight of the night at UFC Fight Night 168. Jimmy Crute's slick Kimura finish and Priscilla Cachoeira's Shoryuken uppercut KO got the performance bonuses. In Thackerville, Oklahoma, Bellator 239 closed out with 2 decisions, as Yaroslav Amosov outdid Ed Ruth shortly after Miles Jury got the judge's nod over Brandon Gertz. The next night in Ireland, Leah McCourt did Judith Ruiz in a decision of her own, and Charlie Ward took a last-round, last-minute stoppage over Kyle Kurtz. And Emmanuel Navarrete put on an absolute masterclass to defend his junior featherweight title from João Santissima. The Mexican absolutely dominated his Filipino challenger, taking the stoppage in the 11th. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.